Okay, and now we're on to chapter 4 of Pumpkin Spice. Now that Henrietta and Agnes found a way to be together as one, they spent many nights together in Henrietta's small bed, but they fit on it nicely as there was only one body sleeping on it. Henrietta soon began baking many more pies, and to Agnes's suggestion she began selling them at the market in town, and it did not stop there. People also began purchasing her pumpkin spices mix so that they would be able to bake their own pies using her delicious secret ingredient. They were thriving and happy, but the sun never shines for long. Henrietta was picking pumpkins from the patch where she first met her darling Agnes, and she was no longer the apathetic ghost she first appeared to be. Now she was cheerful and ironically lively once again. Agnes was floating over the pumpkins as Henrietta picked them, distracting her with the wispy ends of her dress and the cold feeling she got when Agnes stroked her with her ghostly fingers. They were laughing. She twirled in the air, floating higher above the ground than usual, when they heard an almighty gasp from beyond the field. Standing at the gate was one of Henrietta's regular customers. He must have come to see if she was attending the market today to sell her luxurious pumpkin pies, but instead he saw a ghost. He ran away from her property before Henrietta could dare explain what he had seen. The man ran to the market and told everyone what he saw. No one believed him at first because they did not want to believe him. Despite their faith in their almighty God, they refused to believe in ghosts. When he described her appearance, the elder members of the community remembered the girl who once lived at that farm before she went missing and was presumed dead. Then the villagers began to believe him. The women insisted they rally together and expel the ghost, but the men were too petrified to do it, yet none of them wanted to admit it. The womenfolk of the village began calling them cowards. They swore oaths to protect their women and children, and were now revealing their true, fraudulent and self-protective selves. But when the women threatened to do it themselves while the men hid behind their mothers' skirts, they picked up their torches and pitchforks in fear of emasculation. While the villagers prepared themselves for a woman farmer and her vicious, vengeful ghost, Henrietta and Agnes panicked. They locked the gates and guided the livestock inside the house to keep them safe, though getting them out again proved to be another problem. They guarded the house ready for whatever the villagers might rain down on them, but on the inside they were both terrified of confrontation. "Promise me something," said Agnes. "Anything," Henrietta replied. "If it comes down between protecting me and protecting the farm, you have to choose the farm." "No," Henrietta stated matter-of-factly. "It's not going to come to that. If it does, I think what you need to do is burn my bones," she said. "I won't," said Henrietta, her voice catching in her tightly wound throat. "I can't." "You must," said Agnes. "You can't sacrifice your farm for me. These plants and animals are alive. I'm not." Agnes's phantom hand reached out to cup Henrietta's cheek. It felt like a whisper that made every hair on her body stand up as if in preemptive mourning rather than over-cautious nerve cells. "Okay," Henrietta took a deep breath of bravery and resilience in. "Where are they?" "Where you first met me." Neither of them could say any more than that. They heard the sounds of feet marching and scared, angry men shouting. From the window in the kitchen they could see their torches and the weapons they held inexpertly. No one was ready for this battle, but nevertheless it was fought, and it began with a blaze of fire on the roof of Henrietta's equipment shed. End of chapter 4.